Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke. I am Atyrum, and today we're continuing on towards Rustboro City, kicking it right off with a trainer battle real quick. Now, in the harder version of the mod, or the hack, when I played this part, this is where I lost the Nuzlocke, because that guy has a Growlithe and a Litleo. The Litleo uses Work Up a lot, and I think they're both level 14 in the harder version. And obviously we're not even close to level 14 yet, because I haven't really done any grinding. I've just been doing all the required battles. And I've realized that, yeah, as I noticed last episode, a lot of the items that would normally be here are missing. Actually, usually there's a cut tree right there. You have to cut down to get to an item over there. I don't know where those items have been placed now. That's a little bit weird. And continuing on, we got one more trainer up here. Let's go ahead and collect these berries up first, and then we'll go ahead and take him on. He is a fisherman, and we do have Shrimmish now, so we are good on taking out water types. Although I realized I don't really have a good answer to fairy types right now, which normally, if you're playing through Emerald version, you would not see. But because we're playing Theta Emerald, which adds in the fairy type, we don't really have a good answer to fairy types at the moment. So let's go ahead and leave Masham in. Masham's already catching up to the rest of our team, which is good. Grass types do tend to have a faster experience curve. And that fisherman actually had a couple of Basculin, which is a non-evolving Pokemon that would normally be pretty tough for this point in the game. Luckily, they were fairly low level. They were only level 7, so Masham made short work of them. So we're going to heal up, and then we have another route to take on up ahead. We'll also be able to catch something up there, so I'm hoping for something cool. I'm not sure what's available up there. I mean, what's available up there by default, but I'm hoping to get some kind of interesting Pokemon that we haven't used before. And now that Masham has leveled up past everybody else, let's take her out of, or him, sorry, out of the lead. And by the way, last episode I asked if you guys would like to see a Pokemon from my previous playthrough return. To be more specific, Brussel the Weepinbell, and the answer was overwhelmingly yes. So Brussel will be joining us once our party hits about level 20. And Masham actually learned Mega Drain a level up ago at level 11, and he's quickly become our best team member in a matter of minutes, honestly. There's just been a lot of stuff that he's good to, like the water types from earlier, and the youngster we just faced at a Fampi. And obviously it'll be really useful in the upcoming gym as well. So I am definitely glad that we picked up a Shroomish. And let's go and see what our encounter is for this route up here. It's a Mareep. Ooh. If you remember from my Pokemon Silver playthrough, I did mention that I really wanted to get a Mareep, but I never really got a chance to. Well, here's my chance, and hopefully Cerberus doesn't knock it out. There we go. That's perfect. Very nice. Okay. So now we can go ahead and catch this thing, which is very nice because I was really looking forward to catching one in Silver version. And we even had a second chance to. We actually encountered one, I think right outside Mahogany City? Or Mahogany Town? Is it city or town? I don't know, but right there we actually encountered one, but ended up accidentally killing it, I believe. So we lost our chance. I had been really excited for a second, but Electric type does give us a nice little bit of coverage that we didn't have yet, so I'm definitely looking forward to adding a Mareep to our team, if we can catch it. Let's go ahead. I don't think Mareep really has that difficult a catch rate, but let's switch into Masham and get a Stun Spore off, just to help us catch it. Also to resist its electric type moves, that'll be very helpful, and it doesn't affect Wild Mareep. Really? You can't paralyze electric types? I thought you couldn't use Thunder Wave on electric types. I thought you could still paralyze them. That's weird. I really did not know that. Okay. Unless it has the Limber ability, which I don't think Mareep gets. I guess we'll have to see. But anyways, so we've got a Mareep, and I gotta think of a nickname for it. I believe way back in one of the first couple episodes of the Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke, I had someone comment, I think it was Minecraft Man 03, commented telling me to name a Mareep if I caught one Lightning. Oops, that's not how you spell lightning. Not the most creative nickname, but I figure we'll go with it because he did submit that nickname request, so we might as well do that at some point. So we are going to name the Mareep Lightning. Let's see what kind of moves Lightning has here. Let's see, and the ability Static, so it does not have Limber. I'm not sure how it avoided being paralyzed. That's interesting. It might just be a quirk of the way that the creator of this hack implemented the Gen 6 mechanics. Okay, and let's keep going. And we do have a double battle here. We might as well do it as a double battle, just to get it done quicker. And one of those guys actually had a Rhyhorn, which is pretty tough for this point in the game. But luckily, not Brussel, we don't have Brussel yet. Luckily, Masham made really short work of them. Let's go ahead and heal up a couple of our team members real quick. We are running out of potions, so we'll need to remember to stock up before we hit the gym. We've only got a couple more battles here to take on. For this hiker, we probably want to have Masham out front. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do once we get Brussel, because Masham is really pulling his weight as a grass type on our team right now. And as I suspected, that guy had a couple of rock and ground types, so they were pretty easy to take out. And we've just hit Rust Turf Tunnel here. There is an event over here that takes place in which Team Aqua returns and tries to steal the Pokemon, but that's not happening until after we take on the gym. And normally there's an item up there, I think, but we can encounter a Pokemon here. Normally the only thing you could find here would be Whismur, but I'd be surprised if that's the only thing here in this hack, so hopefully we can find something different. I would like to see something, some type coverage we don't yet have covered. I guess we don't have any water types yet, but water types are incredibly common, and we'll probably be seeing more of those later, so I wouldn't mind seeing something else. Ooh, a Ghastly. I will take a Ghastly. Yeah, at one point I had planned on going back to pick up a Ghastly in the Silver playthrough, but I never got a chance to, or I kind of forgot about it, because Sprout Tower, you could actually encounter them there, but only at night, and when I went through it, the first time it was not nighttime, so I could not get one, but I could have gone back and gotten one if I really wanted to. But yeah, it's nice to see a Ghastly. I would like to use a Gengar on my team. I believe there should be a way for me to evolve it. If we can get a Stun Spore off on it. Holy cow. Pretty sure Stun Spore has like a 75% accuracy, and I'm pretty sure I just missed there like 3 times. So we want to paralyze it, and I don't really want to hit with Mega Drain because I'm worried that that will knock it out. Let's go for a Great Ball, because I'm kind of worried that Ghastly has a difficult catch rate. So I want to make sure I can... Ooh, it broke out right away. And we can't switch out right now. Let's go for a Leech Seed, just to slowly whittle down its health, because I don't want to go for Mega Drain. I'm worried that Mega Drain would knock it out. And obviously Tackle will not affect it, so we can't go for that. So, now we just go ahead and drain its health really slowly and hope we don't kill it. And keep throwing Pokeballs at it. How many do we have, by the way? Not too many. Let's go for the Premier Ball. Premier Balls, like I said, are not any different from regular Pokeballs. They just look a little bit cooler. And there we go. Sweet. Sweet. Okay, so we have a Ghastly now. We just need to think of a nickname for a Ghastly. Actually, I think I have one in mind for this one actually already. I'm going to name it Agatha, which isn't super creative either, because that's actually the name of the Ghost-type Elite Four member in Kanto, but I thought it was a good nickname, so I went ahead and just went with it. So let's go ahead and cut until we get back to Rustboro City, and we can take on the gym. Alright, and we're back in Rustboro City. I went ahead and did a bit of grinding in between there. You may have noticed there were a couple of trainers on that route earlier that we missed. I went ahead and did those off camera. I did all the trainers in the gym off camera, and I also did a bunch of grinding on wild Pokemon, and everybody's up to a decent level, I think. And I did realize something while I was doing all that grinding. There are a lot of Pokemon around here that I wish I could have picked up. I know one of the routes I went back to, I saw Totodile at one point, which it would have been awesome. I would have loved to have gotten a Feraligatr in this playthrough, since I didn't ever get to evolve to Feraligatr last time. I also saw a Turtwig and Litleo and like all sorts of cool Pokemon. I mean, I guess I'm happy with the team I have for now, but there's just so much other cool stuff I wish I could have gotten. I think I saw, and there's a Chimchar too in Rust Turf Tunnel. Just so many cool Pokemon, but they were all fairly uncommon. I mean, the starters are always going to be fairly uncommon, so I kind of doubt we're going to get one of those, but if we did, it'd be pretty cool. I would like to add a water type to my team because we don't have one at this point, though, of course, water types are fairly common, so we should probably be getting one eventually here. Making short work of an Onix here, and we're learning Bullet Seed, which is nice because that TM we got was actually not Bullet Seed. That was actually, what move was it? It was Echoed Voice, actually, and I don't know if we really want to get rid of anything. We want to keep our normal type coverage in case we need it. Mega Drain is good, and right now Mashem has better special attack, or at least has a special attack boosting nature. Stun Spore and Leech Seed are both very useful, so let's not learn Bullet Seed actually. I feel like we need the extra spaces in our inventory, or not our inventory, our move slots. And here comes an Anorith. Anorith is part bug type, and Mashem is completely grass type, so we will be weak to anything it has to throw against us, such as like X's or something like that. I don't know what kind of moves it would have, but we want to get Mashem out of there. I just have to figure out who we want to send out in his place. I don't think Anorith can learn any ground type moves, so let's send out Lightning. I think Lightning should be a safe bet here. And we'll see what he throws at us. I'm going to throw up a Shockwave probably, see how much that does. He's going for a Smackdown, which is a rock type move, and that did a little too much for comfort. Okay, yeah, that did a little more than half, so I'm not too happy with that, and we didn't really do enough damage there. Shoot. So we are going to send somebody else in here. This is a tough one. Let's go back to Mashem and hope he goes for another rock type move. Yeah, it goes for another Smackdown, and that still did a little too much, but let's go ahead, throw up the Stun Spore to slow him down. Fury Cutter. Ooh, that's gonna power up quick. So we gotta watch out for that. We can't leave Mashem in again. So let's get the Stun Spore off, and we missed. That is not good. Let's bring in Agatha to resist the Fury Cutter. Yeah, already I'm seeing that even though this is not the most difficult version of the mod, or the hack, this is still incredibly difficult. Let's try and get a Hypnosis off, maybe. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Okay. So we put the Anorith to sleep, which is very good. But yeah, right now things are looking a little bit difficult, though. I think that's partially because we don't have a Water type. A Water type would be very nice right now. So let's go ahead and Potion up. I think Mashem will be okay, because next time we send Mashem in, we will probably be using him to use Mega Drain. So let's just go ahead and go for a Hex, which I think Hex does more damage if the opponent is affected by a status condition. So that ended up knocking out the Anorith. And I'm not sure what else Roxanne has. I mean, I did mention that I did do a playthrough of this before, and I wasn't entirely sure what we had coming up. So we got a Lilip, and I think we might want to go for Mashem again. Mashem is probably going to be our savior for this gym. I don't think Lilip has an ability that absorbs grass-type moves. I feel like there is an ability like that, but I'm pretty sure Lilip does not have it. So Mega Drain should be good, and we should get some of our HP back. And I don't think Lilip can really throw much at us. That's not really doing very much, is it? Ingrain, that's a little bit annoying. We might end up in a little bit of a stall war here, and if we do, I'll end up cutting out some of this. Let's go for... Is Leech Seed going to affect it? It doesn't affect it. No. Okay. I wasn't sure. Ooh, Acid! Acid! That's a poison-type move that actually didn't do too much, so I guess I'm not too worried about that. Shoot. What do we want to do to deal with this? I feel like we might want to bring Agatha back in, possibly. Yeah, it's going to probably go for an Acid again, so let's bring Agatha back in. See if we can get another Sleep off, and that should be good. This thing's probably going to have some rock-type moves, which will be neutral, but will probably do a decent amount. I don't think Lilip really has very good attacking stats, but Agatha has pretty piss-poor defense, so we do have to watch out for whatever it throws at us. But we put it to sleep successfully, and Agatha is actually coming in pretty handy in this gym battle. I really didn't expect to use a Ghastly so much. I really expected Mashem to carry us through this gym, but it looks like Agatha is really pulling her weight here, even as our newest party member. And a nice little chunk of experience there, leveling up to 16. I'm not sure what level Ghastly evolves at. I feel like it's probably 20-something. Tortuga. Okay, so we do definitely want to bring in Mashem for that one. That should be an easy knockout, although I think it might have Sturdy, in which case 2 Mega Drains will have to do it, and hopefully we're faster. There we go. So that's going to do quadruple damage. We should heal up a whole bunch of health, which is very nice. And I guess we didn't do enough. Wow. I mean, I guess Tortuga is fairly defensive, so I suppose I should have expected that. And one more Mega Drain, or I guess 2. Maybe? I don't know. That could be close. We might be able to knock it out with this hit. We'll just have to see if we get a high damage roll, which we do. Very nice. There we go. There goes Tortuga. And then we got a couple more Pokemon to deal with. I'm pretty sure that Roxanne will still have the Nose Pass she usually has in the default game. But right now we got an Archon. Who do we want to send out against Archon? I'm tempted to say Lightning, but Lightning's kind of low on health, and Archon is a fairly powerful physical attacker. Let's go Agatha. I feel like Agatha is probably our fastest team member right now, so I feel like if we get her to get off a Hex right off the bat, knock it down in health. Okay, the game slowed down there for a second. I was worried he's going to freeze up. If we can get it down in health, and I think its Defeatist ability will come into play, and its attack stat will be halved. That still did a lot because Agatha is not a very defensive Pokemon, but luckily we were fast enough to get the Hex off there, and I did end up getting Oran Berries on all my Pokemon, so that's why you've seen them healing up. I wanted to make sure we were really prepared for this. And so far this has seemed a lot tougher than the usual Pokemon Emerald gym battle would be, but at the same time it's not like insanely difficult. I mean, I feel like there were a couple places here and there that we could have, you know, lost a team member, but I feel like we've been playing smart so far. Nosepass is probably going to be a fairly high level, so we do got to watch out for that. 15, that should be okay. Let's go for a Leech Seed. I feel like this thing is pretty defensive, and we don't have the quadruple effectiveness because it's only rock type, it's not rock and ground. It went for the paralysis on us, which is a little bit annoying. I don't think we have paralysis heals yet, but that's okay. I don't mind too much. Mashroom is pretty slow anyways. It's going for Harden, which we don't really care about because we're hitting it with special moves. So there goes a Mega Drain. We're going to get back that 1 HP that we lost. And that did a decent amount. I am glad that we have the Leech Seed up, though, because that will help drain down the health a little bit faster. And I don't foresee having any more difficulties with this battle, so I feel like I can announce that we have won here. It's going for the block. I feel like that could be annoying in certain circumstances, but I'm not really planning on getting Mashroom out of here anytime soon, so we are perfectly okay on that front, and knocked it down to, looks like about 1 HP, and the Leech Life is gonna, or the Leech Seed is gonna finish it off, and there we go. There we go. We finished our first gym battle. I am definitely glad that I grinded up some levels, because Agatha was an invaluable member of our team for that battle. If we didn't have her, we wouldn't have anything to really resist some of the poison moves that Roxanne was throwing at us. The poison and bug moves, actually. Those would have been a bit of trouble for Mashroom to take out. Because I was considering going into this gym and soloing it with Mashroom. But then I was like, you know, I should probably train up the rest of my team just in case. At the very least, I might need to use them as cannon fodder, although I hate to do that. Because I am pretty interested in using all the Pokemon on my team currently. But yeah, there we go. That's our first gym badge. And now we can go ahead and head down and heal. And then we got a rival battle to take care of before we end this episode off. Oh, actually, before we do that, we have to actually deal with Team Aqua as well. So yeah, that Team Aqua member is running for Rust Turf Tunnel where we just were. So I'm going to go ahead and heal real quick, and I'll meet you guys back over at the tunnel to take out Team Aqua. Okay, and here we are. You guys missed one little line of dialogue with the Devon employee who we decided to name Jimmy. He just said, oh yeah, the Team Aqua guy stole some goods. He also stole this man's Wingull named Pico. So we're going to go and confront that Team Aqua member who has kind of backed himself into a corner. And yeah, this is going to be the same Aqua member that we just fought in Petalburg Forest back there, so I don't imagine he'll be too difficult this time around either. He might have one extra Pokemon this time. Or not, he just has the 2. Okay, so we're all good there. Poochyena level 11, not too much of a threat. We're leading off with Sasha here. Let's get a super effective bug-type move off. And that's a one-hit kill, or one-hit. I tried to say one-hit KO and one-hit kill at the same time, and it came out like the one-hit cowl. Like, I don't know. Carvanha. By the way, Lightning did not evolve. I could have sworn that Mareep evolved at level 14, but it might be something else. It might be like 15 or 16. I can't remember for sure. It's also possible that this hack changed the evolution level, so I guess we'll just have to see. Get a paralysis off on Carvanha, which is nice, because the Mareep line is actually fairly slow. It's one of the only slow electric types. Most electric types are pretty fast, so getting a paralysis off is always nice because it gives us a chance to go first, but of course we didn't really need it for the next turn because we knocked out that Carvanha in one hit. And after the gym is done, now I kind of feel like I'm a little bit over-leveled, possibly. I'll try not to do too much grinding for the next gym because I don't want things to be too easy. Though at the same time I don't want things to be too hard, thus why I'm not playing the more difficult version of this hack. Because I don't want to wipe, you know, before the first gym, but at the same time I do want things to be a challenge. I do want there to be the possibility that I'll lose in, you know, every single gym, just to keep things interesting. You know, I mean, I kind of like watching a Nuzlocke where you don't feel like the player is gonna, you know, make it through with no difficulties. I kind of like it, you know, when there seems to be a bit more of a challenge involved and all that kind of stuff, and you feel like any second, you know, one of the Pokemon could be killed or something like that. But anyways, we're gonna head back to Rustboro, and then, like I said before I was interrupted, we do have a rival battle to take on. So I'm gonna heal up before that, and then I'll meet you guys back in the south of Rustboro after we talk to Jimmy here and give him back the Divine Goods. Actually, should probably hand those back. Actually, you know what? We got a whole little bit of dialogue we've got to get to before that. So actually, I'm not gonna cut back. I'm gonna continue on because I completely forgot we have to do all this nonsense. But anyways, he's asking us to deliver that parcel of stuff to Slateport because he feels like he's gonna get mugged again by Team Aqua, and then he's gonna leave us here to go talk to his boss, who's on the other side of the room. I mean, technically we should be able to see him from our character's point of view, but I don't know. We're gonna walk up to this is Mr. Stone, I believe, and he's the president of Devon Corporation, which is kind of Hoen's equivalent of the Sylph Company. Although it never gets taken over by Team Rocket or Team Aqua or Team Magma or anything like that. But he's going to have us deliver a letter to Steven, who is in Duford, I don't know. But that's the next town we're going to. He's also giving us a Pokénav. I was looking for that earlier this episode when I was trying to figure out if that area we were on, or actually last episode I think, I was trying to figure out if the area we had just gotten to after Petalburg Woods was a new route. And I realized I didn't have the Pokénav yet, but I have it now, but I guess he's healing us up so we don't have to stop by the Pokemon Center. So I guess we can just go and run back downstairs. But anyways, I was checking to see if that one route that we got out of Petalburg Woods onto was a new route or not, and in fact it was not. It's actually the same route that we were on before Petalburg Woods, so it's not eligible to catch a Pokemon on. And we just got another new feature. I don't know why we just didn't get this right off the bat, but we're getting it now. And he wants us to call the president for some reason. Okay, so we'll give him a call, I guess. And this is one of the more iffy features of Pokemon Emerald. I don't really know how I feel about it. It's basically the calling system that we had back in Pokemon Silver, you know, when we get phone calls every so often, usually from like youngster Joey about his Rattata or whatnot, but it gets a little bit annoying because you'll be running around doing your own thing and all of a sudden you get a phone call from somebody and you're like, okay, now I'll sit through you talking about your Pokemon, how you almost caught a Weedle but it got away, you know, blah 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 blah. I'm putting Lightning out in front for no particular reason. I don't remember what Pokemon May leads off with here. Of course it doesn't matter because we are playing a hack, so it is going to be different than usual. So she's going to go ahead and register us in her match call, aka her cell phone. And she's telling us about going to see Mr. Briny, who's going to give us a lift across the sea over to Duford. She's also going to challenge us to a battle, which is actually optional. I don't think you actually have to do it. And this battle is also not in Ruby and Sapphire. This is actually added in Emerald. And I see I chose well for the Pokemon I was sending out first. Taylor's going to go for Focus Energy, boost its critical hit ratio, which does not matter at all because we're going to get off a Shockwave and kill it in one hit. Because Taylor is not really a defensive Pokemon. Yep, there we go. And a critical was probably unnecessary. I think we would have knocked it out even without that. And then next up is going to be a Ponyta. I'm going to leave Lightning in because we are really close to a level up. And I feel like, now that I said it, I feel like maybe 15 is the level that Mareep evolves into Flappy. And I would like to get that evolution on camera. Although I don't plan on doing any grinding between episodes, so I guess either way I would get it on camera. And that didn't do very much. Does Ponyta have better special defense than I thought? Huh. I never really thought about that much. But anyways, a couple more Shockwaves. Oops, I just bumped my microphone. I don't know if that made a thump noise or not. But maybe one more if we get a nice damage roll here. Flame Wheel. Holy cow! Holy cow! That wasn't even a critical! Oh no! We've already lost our first Pokemon! Oh, we were just a little bit of experience away from evolving too. Oh, that's awful! Oh, I feel so bad now. After all I talked about being excited about using a Mareep and the Ampharos line in general. I mean, oh, that stinks. It's probably because it got the Tail Whip up. It did get that Tail Whip up now that I think of it. Oh man, we barely even got to use we barely got to use Lightning, so that really stinks. So we're gonna have to fight a Mudkip, so let's send in Mash'em. I would have liked to use Lightning. Lightning could have soloed this whole thing if it wasn't for that stupid Ponyta. Oh man. Yeah, this is a lot earlier than we lost a Pokemon last time, so I feel like it's at least partially my fault. It's my own stupidity that kind of did it. I probably should have switched out into somebody who was better suited to handle a Ponyta. I mean, I probably should have sent out Cerberus right away, because Cerberus could have resisted all the Fire-type moves and such, but alas, I did not do that, so yeah. After this battle, we're going to run back to the Pokemon Center and say goodbye to Lightning the Mareep, who, unless I'm mistaken, only lasted this episode. I feel like I think we just caught Lightning this episode, like, just earlier this episode. Although that was yesterday that I recorded that, so I think I'm right there, but anyways, we're going to heal up real quick first, and then we'll go ahead and deposit, or actually we'll go ahead and release Lightning the Mareep. Alrighty, and then we will have an open slot on our team. Unfortunately, we won't be able to pick up another Mareep if we see one, or a Flaffy or Ampharos if those appear anywhere in the game. Because of the duplicates clause, even though we won't have a Mareep anymore, we will not be able to catch any in the future. So long, Lightning the Mareep. You did a couple things. I think you were useful a couple times. You did help deal with a couple Pokemon. You helped take out the Team Aqua Grunt that we faced. And yeah, it sucks because this is really only the second episode. I can't believe we lost a Pokemon in the second episode. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the next episode. We should be taking on the Fighting type gym in the next one. And I know in the default game that can be kind of a difficult fight. Let's see, who do we have right now? Although Agatha will make that fight pretty easy, unless he has something like a Scraggy or something like that, a Dark type Pokemon that might give us some problems. But other than that, we should be okay. We can always bring in Sasha against any partial Dark type Pokemon. But anyways, that's it for this episode. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next episode of Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke.